I think let's get into.
Oh yeah.
Let's post man. Thomas Sankara.
Blaze.
Blaze.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
being think about trial for the assassination.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Batranjal. Yeah, I think in one line today, 18th April, it's one of the Independence Day in Zimbabwe. This is the day that Zimbabwe obtained independence. So a public holiday namhlanje Zimbabwe. Yabo, certainly Zimbabwe ngalendlela namhlanje, yabo. So yeah, just to acknowledge too. I think we don't even have to talk about your yeah, good development Blaze uyatshutshiswa okanye uzawuya kwitrial. So Blaze was a good friend and a comrade of Thomas Sankara. Yabo. So from ebujonini, yabo. And then when Thomas Sankara ufumane pha, Thomas Sankara babene political movement yabo mos, and then bangena through i-coup, yabo. So Burkina Faso ngela xesha ngo pre-1984. Thomas Sankara 1983 or 1984? 1984. He started to be president in 1984, and then he was assassinated in 1987. Yeah. So
83. Because I think it was there for 4 years.
4 years, no? Yeah. So elo xesha bengu-president, Burkina Faso already obtained what you call independence. Abantu ababerula politically yayingabantu base-Burkina Faso. So Burkina Faso before 1983, right? Before Thomas Sankara emerged, was exactly like South Africa. It was AIDS. It had before Thomas Sankara came in power, it was exactly like South Africa. Thomas Sankara didn't come with independence. What you call independence modern days. I mean in modern English. He didn't come with independence. Wabona ukuba lento siyinikwayo kuthiwa independence ayikabi. So Burkina and we need to, because I think that's a strong history as a Burkina Faso. Soloko strong uba.
Very interesting.
Soloko strong Thomas Sankara, but what did Thomas Sankara see in need yoba enze coup? Why ba? No man. Because they were under the French colonization.
Yes.
Yabo. But then if French yayingasekho involved. Yayi outsource izinto zayo, yabo. So wabona ba gone into wrong, man. So Burkina Faso was exactly like South Africa is today. Burkina Faso was doing well, by the way, before Thomas Sankara. It was doing well. Yeah, but doing well for who? That's the question. It was doing well according to Omnyumda. Thomas Sankara came and then the economy had drop and but it was doing well for who? We understand. Now Thomas Sankara they landuki coup. They fought coup against the ruling political party, if one can put it like that, and then by win, and then he emerges as a president. So Blaze is a trusted comrade and soldier at Thomas Sankara. So Thomas Sankara in that. So we just entered democracy in 1994. We still need more time. Because I mean, Thomas Sankara did this in 4 years.
4 years.
In 4 years.
I think we need to outline what that man did in that 4 year period.
In 4 years. In 4 years.
I think one,
yeah.
Probably
Sure.
Which is relevant to what's happening today. I think they vaccinated 2.5 million children in a couple of weeks.
For COVID.
And this men are doing this in
1983. Yeah.
1983. Within a couple of weeks, 2.5 million for measles. Measles back in the day. That guy went on a vaccination, there was 2.5 million people within weeks. South Africa decide my take either Russia vaccine now twice again.
Johnson and Johnson.
But this is 1983. With all the technology going, this guy did it in 2.5 million.
The advantage of Thomas Sankara was abantu base Burkina Faso mostly understood ukuba they are still in oppression. Yabo, because it matters not John uba une ideas a revolution. Iba abantu bakho abekho convinced. If the masses are convinced, forget. In fact, we say we need convinced people. Not abantu abathengweyo, not abantu abacengwayo. It shouldn't be a persuasion about join the struggle. When you are convinced, it will be automatic. And then into a struggle, it's not something, because I think about South African struggle, into students, political science, nabantu history, nabantu yabo. And then if you the economics, nursing, and get down with politics, that is the highest level of ignorance. And that bafuna sicingwe ngelo hlobo bamna intenzi make end, so politics is nothing to do with me, man. That's the highest level of ignorance.
I remember when you show up going out in English, so no it target EFF. So they are telling it you are in politics, yeah, and again that way.
That's what they say.
So did you not get? I was down. I don't see them now. So did you okay, cover away since that it but this fish.
Yes, I remember. Yes,
you know what
you
understand?
Yeah.
Did you well well you want go? You want you select? And yeah, the woman must speak up alone. You move it. Oh, yeah, no, did I have a politician? What do you did? I'm your son. And sometimes they're for the colors who politics I'll get down. When I go with either we are turned up or our tiny, the good politics. Out the man, I'm transit was our Huga, William 17. How do you purchase those was it a high and transit? He weekend is what is in people would be according to our politics good.
And I think that's and then I think about opportunists they capitalize low ignorance. We think about matches nendoni zabantu bazo. Back to look at Thomas Sankara. So Thomas Sankara at least had a convinced mass. Yeah, they did they vaccinated abantu, they built railway lines barehanded. Because I call resources. Barehanded. And then he was a feminist, by the way. He was a feminist because I think African culture is oppressive, of course. They were expelled as golden abantu pregnant. So Thomas Sankara argument but the perpetrator ingenzekela lapha eclassini naye but ezoqhubekeka he was the first president ukwenza lo lanto ukwenza lonto leyo
I think that is a huge thing. This guy was very progressive.
Yeah. So they had to kill him. And xa sebebulala Thomas Sankara, not killing Thomas Sankara only, lanto soloko siyithetha abafuna it's instigator ifear. But I think but they will say that I think we will say that in conclusion. So when that was in there, because of your time, let's rush to the place. And then what it does, like a political power in parliament, or in cabinet, he reduces the salaries of ministers. Right? What reduces salaries that's drive by Mercedes ministers in the cash. Was Twitter Zongi Mercedes was Nigeria, one of the cheapest cars. Plus go fly kusuya kulamacala. Ministers zazikhwela kwi-business class. Wayikhatha loo nto wathi hayi i-flight noba zikhwele xa ilenda sofika ngexesha eliyi-1 Again besithe i-Burkina Faso before 1983 was like South Africa. Meaning that Burkina Faso could afford to pay for their MPs first class. They could afford to buy Mercedes-Benz. They could, and that is what is currently so when Burkina, when Burkina Faso to talk with current situation in South Africa.
I think that's what we need to highlight.
There are a lot of similarities. South Africa is the Burkina Faso before Thomas Sankara. It's a good because it's easy to say, but South Africa is doing well. It has economy, but the deepest question is economy for who? It's doing well. We're watching businesses flourish. So buildings, Table Mountain, but kuhle for who?
I think any industry I'm living in China, Thomas Sankara in the way, right? come to the investors.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Yeah. Thomas Sankara, he refused the foreign aid.
Yes.
He didn't want money from the outside because he believed whoever feeds you controls.
That's true. That's
now, to John Ramaphosa, when he ascends to power, the first thing he does, he goes outside, you fully man, massive, South Africa. Now you look at those parallels. Look at that, this is Burkina Faso before Thomas Sankara. Now whoever must come into and do this thing, those are the kind of things that make a cool, but then as Banita, as Banita, negative, but you can deliver.
But because I mean because but reject 8. It kills its self-reliance. You will never be self-reliant about where I with 8. Yeah, you can't. I think if an typical example yet ube indoda endala kwayo yabo awubona isidingo sokuba uyosebenza okanye uyoziphandela okanye uyothina because uledi likhona mali lizon yabo. So that's the saddest part about into yelanto ye 8 your capabilities zakho ziyabulawa because we are capable enough but we can make izinto for our own survival. So Thomas Sankara reject 8 ufuna abantu bakhe babe self-reliant yabo. Another thing wabula impahla esizinxibayo uyabo phithi inxibe uyabo. I remember as they drafted the policies ukuba wonke umuntu oyi-public servant impahla zawuzithenga uzazithenga kwimpahla ezimanufacturishe eBurkina Faso ngabantu baseBurkina Faso, not companies zase-France eziseBurkina Faso. Ukhona umehluko xa sewuthetha nge-proudly South African into kamakhanya yabhala proudly South Africa but yenziwe ngubani yabo. Uthi into ezenziwe ngabantu baseBurkina Faso. So there were kwezo policies. Kwi-conference yakhe I think yokugqibela Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, late 1986. Uthi xa kuthethwa phaa kukho ii-delegates ze-leaders zonke. I think uMugabe was there as well. Abo the humanitarian usakhona ngoxhego Kenneth Kaunda babekhona nabo. So uthi phaya ubonakalisa impahla zakho uthi zonke ezinto, not even a single thread eyenziwe eFrance eyenziwe e-USA uyithetha president base-France bekhona. Imagine how irritating can that be ko-president base-France because iikhampani zabo zityalwe phaa eBurkina Faso. I think laa nto Prof Lwazi wayekwathetha ngento but there are 2 different forms of colonizations South Africa. Not South Africa, Africa. Yeah, but colonization of settlement and the colonization of domination. Yeah, but so Burkina Faso had what you call colonization of domination. Yeah, but we don't have to be there because of settlement. But we will colonize you and then we will settle. And then it happened with Southern African countries, Zimbabwe and up South Africa. But any project with North African countries and West African countries, but it was mostly colonization of domination. We will dominate you politically, economically, socially. Everything you do will be determined by us. Once never fundisa longo you don't have to stay there. Then they went bapendela back France. So Burkina Faso yayinjalo. Now xa sekusafarisha ii-businesses kathela kanjalo Thomas Sankara, ii-businesses zabo zizawufeyila, meaning that i-ideology yabo of ukudominata i-Burkina Faso izawuwa. Of course bamenzela icebo ke wayese i-irritation already mos I mean upresident wasefrance
yeah mos before abulawe I think all the African leaders of that time must take a responsibility.
Yeah, of course.
Because of what there's no colonial tax Burkina Faso.
Yes.
Because of the colonial tax, the trouble is that the term of local government based on phone. Why was so that sympathetic Eliala? Hilando Yenzwa ANC. So have a look, but my power, but 30 man. No young man, Engena. result aimed. You have to pay all credits, you have to pay all teachers, you have to pay amateur. What's the option? Go Oroman. Because of they never conscientize people enough. What's the consequences? Be patient with us. Sifuna will build up
from the ground.
On the ground. So to face suffering. If our female I'm open like said, but they never did that. They just enter to power and go for a man. Then of course, my brother puts senator legal government. So they have to la machala atiwa. Patala la machala where I want. So Sankara said no. I want to go. Yeah. Say Sankara no. Oh, chala until patala. I don't need. Mula depend on 83. So
and then Zamacha. I had Zamacha.
Now you have one yeah. Milano here once I was saying. Yes, billion. Someone is
investment.
Hey. As it technically, let's say by revolution, one day, but I bet to if we have to vote for Julius or for Union, so to the president, I'm gonna get Palot, Ugo Pada, because of who get him of Abelum.
It's a regulated system. It's a regulated system.
Leaders of the time need to take responsibility. Because Uti Sankara kula meeting. Jeba decide bandi zubhatala. Ifuna nani ningabhatali. Because why ndindedwa ongazubhatala. Bazanditargeta ba. Uthi
wathi andizubakho because la conference yayi annual conference.
Yeah.
Uthi if andibhatelanga ngoku ndodwa next conference nzobe ndingekho and then wathwehleka and then it was a premonition of ukufa kwakhe yabo wathi ndizobe ndinge and then exactly the same thing yabo happened yabo they killed him. So Nyansile Makanye they need to take full responsibility in leaders azikhoyo yabo, but of course bazafa ezizikhoyo ngoku we need to but of course ngoku I think it's ahistorical precisely because singabaza abantu abafana no Thomas Sankara and therefore singaboni need for a change yabona because I mean hiding the history yabo Sankara ukuthi it's deliberate yabo. Now Thomas Sankara I think he had good relations no president was Ghana at the time yabo, and then France appoint a new president and then he appoint a puppet yase Cote d'Ivoire yabo Felix and young Felix Banda president yabo. So Felix president was Cote d'Ivoire was conforming with France kakhulu yabo. Felix then wa manethetha no Blaise. Blaise is a right hand man kalanduka ka Thomas Sankara. Waqala umane bene conversation and Felix into ayithetha no but now kubuildwa icrack ke ngoku phakuzanya indlela yongena yena Felix uthatha izinto from the master yabo and then uyayazi uzawusebenzisa le and then Thomas Sankara was warned ukuba this comrade of yours usebenza umane edibana no Felix and then he's going to kill you yabo. I think this thing of he was too kind and then I think wayengayibelieve ba ingangu Blaise lona unokwenza lento ngoku uyabo.
I think enye advisors zakhe yathi kuye ba makabanjwe.
Wathi makabanjwe yes I think lento yathi makabanjwe akavuma wathi
uthi kaloku will never sell what let our friends
we don't do the betrayal. We don't betray your friends. Let us be betrayed. So when so wayibona bakabaleni ngenzeka ba. If like the bomba kanjani but I value ubi friendship to such a high regard and this way enda makhanya funyenza kuye. Mayibe nguye bafuna ukudlala
ngibulala.
Ukuthi Thomas Sankara kulo part was wrong. Because it matters not uba ndihambe kangakanani noma wakhaya. It matters not what once unibona uba ndi-threaten ndisonokubulalisa You must do necessary steps. Funa kube 5 steps ahead of him.
Yeah, was Lando, it costed us.
Yeah.
It costed us.
It cost the rest of Africa the move.
Yeah.
Because what was happening in Pakistan
And then
was the blueprint.
kuko a part jonapo a interview wakhona. Yabona kula documentary athi Italy journalist, do you feel isolated? Uti I feel like I feel like Africa does not understand me. I feel like I'm isolated. Like you could see because
and he was in pain.
Yeah, you could see the pain. Yeah, and then once Prof Sasande once said, "Asilwe no trouble ungaluye." They will create groups kubantu abalidayo, but isolate it dissatisfactions ababantu, but capitalize kuloo nto babanike resources to turn them against you. Because at the end, the revolution of Thomas Sankara, yabona say ine cracks as needs, say infiltrated. Yabo. So Blaze was not a revolutionary but a renegade. So a renegade is someone who can conform or can deviate from his principle for his self-interest. Yeah. That's a renegade. And today we might think that we have revolutionaries, but we don't have revolutionaries but renegades. Yabo. So Blaze went the land for money power in school. Yabo. And I think about Thomas Sankara zangabulawe ngela xesha uBlaze wayezawudadinwe abe ne faction yakhe.
Yeah.
A low beach. If wayengena faction, because I remember when you address the crowd.
Yes, why say I faction?
When the faction yakhe.
Because Sankara, I think towards the 3rd or 4th year of Sankara.
Yes.
When you Sankara, organize this strike.
Yes.
Ube discontent. So quality share.
Yeah, the strike it share. Yes.
Then ngathi banamane zonke ngazi.
Yeah. And the eloped group. The eloped group potentially can Blaze. And then that is the danger of factions.
Yes.
That is, and then because we legitimize this thing factions. Factions they contribute nothing to the organization. Nothing. No one can justify. You can't have individuals who do no factions. You must understand completely that factions. In contestations, we must contest each other. No makanya. Makanya better the conference when the conference it ends there. We work. Even when contest for landuka, but the factions contributes nothing to total liberation. No one can justify London level. So there were two factions as Thomas Sankara. In fact, faction A1. We wouldn't say that Thomas Sankara was a faction. Now and then ultimately it leads to good death. Now Kasebe Mbulala uti Kasebe Ngena uti no, you don't have to shoot them. Nezeku kill you. Like that guy was ready to die. Yeah, for a band back. Yeah. And then now today, if you know this is Buzba. Are they really ready to die for but of course Tinango was not born alone because in South Africa must go best Yaila Burkina Faso Burkina Faso it was called Upper Volta. Thomas Sankara came with the name Burkina Faso. It was Upper Volta there. And then I think that's also a sign. Most independent countries, as I say, Africa, that's changed colonial names. Upper Volta was a French name, Burkina Faso. Rhodesia, Zimbabwe. Gold Coast, Ghana, and South Africa. Yes. Yeah, South Africa. Yeah. But of course, something drastic had to happen, Klamazwe, because this thing of changing Amakama also, without changing the conditions is meaningless. We can't only be proud to call it by Kabeha, yet there is nothing changing abandoned Masepai.
What is Kabehango?
We can't be proud of us, and then so follow a lot we see as care by Yabona go Kabelunga struggling to call but they no if struggles Abelungu go pronounce Kabeha carbon. But and then younger Nindo they conduce it's conducive for more. So you can also gotta change the name Upper Volta when there was drastic and radical change eyenzekayo. Uyabo ukushungu changed Rhodesia after kwenzeka into eyenzekayo. Uyabo Nkrumah did the same ekhaya. Now uBlaze emveni ko babebulele uSankara, I think immediately wabasa landuka because mase bengu you still call deputy president ngalana namhlanje. Yanguyo imejari. Uyabo.
You know what's the first thing he did? UBlaze he went and borrowed money. First thing, Burkina Faso is already liberated, is self-sufficient. First thing he went and borrowed money to France to get back to the South Africa.
Yeah, Blaze. Umsebenzi kaBlaze was to reverse gains.
Yes.
Umsebenzi kaBlaze ungena kwi-office yayikuthatha iBurkina Faso ayise back to kwi-upper volta. Uyabo wayebulala iBurkina even if the name will remain. But i-duty kaBlaze awayethunywa yona is to kill iBurkina Faso and ebuyele kwi-upper volta. And xa wenziwa loo nto kufundisa abantu abamnyama also uba you can't i-existence yenu ixhomekeke kuthi. You can't exist ngaphandleni kwenu. Because abantu xa sebe-self-determined and self-reliant abazobona bazothi no man we can do things on our own. And then they will be innovative from there. Uyabo xa bakwaziyo ukubuilda i-railway line ngezandla, some of them bazocinga uba but I think singasebenzisa la metal yenza umachine woku la nto, then technology is coming. We understand, but asinayo lo opportunity yokuqala izinto ngokwethu because asinayo lo opportunity yoba that innovative because akho nto siyenzayo ngokwethu. Uyabo now xa sowuhlaba abantu ngenaliti kanje ngoba vaccinate you will think ke ngoba there is a potential ba senze cross contamination up. Now masi okanye there is a potential ba ezinaliti sizimportileyo zinengxaki so zenziwa njani naliti, and then that's where innovation comes in. Uyabo so we're not innovative because sizalwe singekho innovative. Asikho innovative because akho nto siyiqala from scratch. And by the way, we are vulnerable. I mean, African people are there. Sicily Coke, it's an American. We are the most vulnerable. I think in the zasika sapitizela ngoku i-pill chart. Kona ngoku i-pill chart ilandukile. The pill chart. Ngoku kusithiwa zi-contaminated. Sasigilana nepoloni, sasigilana yabo. So and then base kudistribute izinto kuyaziba kudistribute kuShoprite uyaphi yabo. Thina i-disadvantage yokunga produce what Thomas Sankara insisted. The basic thing that African people can do, the basic into noba leader with self-determination is at least to produce what they eat. The basic asikayi kwimoto esiziqhubayo. Asikayi kwimoto, asikayi kwintoni, the basic which is ukutya mos is a basic. You need food in order to ube energy, the ability for energy. That's the basic, and we don't even do that. And akho let alone basiyenzi. I see that they are emerging farmers and that is, but I'm not convinced, John. And also to be a farmer, and also to be a farmer driven by profit only is not sustainable. You might think that you have black farmers, but you only have abantu who are only chasing money. You know, I think ideology and philosophy zinto kufanele bazibe to the core of wonke umuntu ba why is it important for me to produce my own goods? Yabo, I mean kukujoke ethi xa sesiqhela izinyanya zethu we go and buy ibhoko kufandi ntontoni ekhuliswe ngufandi yabo. So kwale bhoko sithi ayina relationship manati yabo, and then we sending le bhoko ba isithumela umyalezo to ebantwini bethu abadala. We understand, si communicate nabo yabo. Back to into ayithetha ngumakhaya ba abantu sibathi maba communicate la bhoko ba uqonda ba malayi le bhoko ezintwana zazisibulala na ezi. So I think the basic thing that we can do producing ukutya jo, we can I think lo part nje. So that's what Thomas Sankara landing said. So now I think akubanjweni kaBlaze and yazi ba what motivated it yabo, but of course kukho abantu ababe nomsilo yabo, kukho the trusted comrades ka Thomas Sankara ababe said today And then Kabambulala, they buried him like a dog, like he was nobody.
I mean, like overnight.
Yeah, and then the grave wengena gama, and then the gama yenzwa mva. Yeah. And but those are consequences. If ufuna inyani, if ufuna uthutshiswa, inyani ihamba nenthutshiso, ihamba nokufa, ihamba nejele, ihamba nezo. You can't awunothetha inyani umele inyani and you expect uba uzophila kanjani ngabanye abantu. So i-repercussions zenyani zingapha kokuqonda. Yabo. And then I think now class of visitor, let's say you go to sightsee, you go to Mbekweni, yabo, you see most of output abakudala abe PAC. Yabo. And then you xa ugqiba uncokola nabo uve uqonda uba banenhliziyo ngase uvele ukhale nje. Yabo. Xa ubonwa ingathi unenyani enokukhulula abantu abaninzi, the punishment is ingapha kokuqonda. Severe. Ingapha kokuqonda. Yabo. And then when they killing Thomas Sankara, and the other thing is that abelungu, they outsourcing everything, every single thing. Yabo. I mean, the biggest threat let's say Julius is not even abantu abamhlophe but thina abantu bamnyama. I'm sure kukho abantu abamnyama abathi yo undidikile lo mfo ngase afe. Yabo. I-hatred abanayo, they outsource everything. Yonke into bayithatha bayizise kuthi. Yabo. They don't have to kill our leaders. And then ukufaka Thomas Sankara kufana nokufaka Patrice Lumumba. He was a DRC. One day we'll talk about him. Yabo. And then ukufa ko Sankara no Lumumba nabo Samora. Yabo. Nabo Gaddafi. Ukufa kwabo lanto buyithetha kwafa ne-ideas zabo, because emveni kokuthi Burkina Faso lanto kuThomas Sankara everything stopped. Zange kubekho omnye umuntu onegatha okanye nowesibindi othi ndizawuqala phantsi apho Sankara beqale khona, ndizawuqala phantsi eMozambique apho uSamora beqale khona.
No, because le nto yoba ngaba nxa kufa umuntu obelida into ingabikho the follow up. Look at it on AC Youth League. When they expelled Julius,
yes,
Floyd,
yes,
everything stopped.
I come to they when they expelled them about Floyd. I come to wabanesibindi so ababulawa ngoku. It's a repercussions. Ababulawa. And then comrades izojonga ziqonda. But we also believe in the economic freedom. But the repercussions is high. It's fine. I'll pass. And this will
and then Kuko our thing with this. See, show solidarity. Hey, what you know? I put that. Come and start.
Yeah. And then that is the stumbling block. And then Nati as a black nation, we understand Ukuba. There will be repercussions. Deep down we know. But when black people revolt, Kule racist world, then the white world will stop supplying you with the Dell laptop. Because the laptops doesn't supply anymore. How will you communicate the emails? Samsung doesn't looking phone anymore. Those will be repercussions. Internet is down, internet is shut down. Those are the repercussions. Abantwana basena kutya. It's badly akomayeza. People are dying. But I think for any change, something drastic has to happen. There is no beautiful transition from exploitation to liberation. History has shown us that. There's no beautiful transition. Whether kuphala ligazi, whether kulamba bantu, whether that's where the word sacrifice comes in.
Yeah, sacrifice.
I think the real question is, are we ready for
that's
the real question.
Are we ready for that? And another question, do we have a Thomas Sankara in our generation?
That's the biggest question. And then I remember also even EFF was even in 2014 we like branch induction. By pause la conversation. Yes, Sankara. Yeah, so ya pause bapha. Kwathiwa izawugqithezela kuzawuzonke kula ka 2019 assemble. I will moving forward with the Sankara or not. But as a process that's behind the Sankara, most of them
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the commander in chief Julius currently I think I wouldn't equate but I would say at least in their body footsteps because if you notice about Julius akoyiki you criticize uthatha unpopular decisions akoyiki uthetha nantoni na uyabo. So currently andikambona omnye umuntu or influential nondimbona like him yabo, and I think that's why we ended up
like my view now was we had this conversation with Uvuni.
Yeah,
because the comrades is as ready to take this Sankara thing to the assembly EFF usually. But my view was okay, we can't just take that 1983 thing and then to this current time as it is. Yeah, well, then also we must look ourselves. We are in opposition. Yeah, couldn't infiltrate that. Remember, such as a parliament when you have a coach holder, we so on. So we were expecting Ujulia to come and address us. So Kwaza both say no, Ujulia nothing empty. So what I know, commander in chief as was it was address. It's darky. Then the government ongavumanga Ujulia angaphuma at night because of the risk because of Lendo Yola Uzoma is fighting against Ingul. So anything can happen to him. So just imagine Sitata is Sankara as it is. So Julius must come and stay around and walk and use a train, all those things. Some fara in days,
we don't entertain the question of security intelligence.
Yeah.
Well,
so my view was we can ngatala and draft the Sankara as a position of opposition and also in the current situation. Because remember when EFF was got seats, so the conference of Julius was saying, no, look now, if it was as a 1 million with no money, with no allowance of to travel from province to province. So now we are in parliament. It means more money, more resources to go. We will do it as Mali is a parliament and build a revolution outside. So then imagine we come and say, no, as funny as facts, that's a parliament. Then opposition.
We can only do as a Zindo when you reject something, you must have an alternative. Yeah, but we can only do as a Zindo when we are able to produce those when revolutionaries have businesses. And then there is this thing, Yoba, a business on don't capitalist. I think it home and land there. Yeah, it home la land there. So there is the element yokuba abantu abaze revolutionaries funeke babonakale belamba yabo babonakala besokola but ayisindawo loo nto kaleyo yabo. And then I think to conclude into endifuna emphasize parliament okanye parliamentary approach politics is just one column of the revolution. Yabo, black people must do businesses, must mobilize children through sports, conscientize them, must enter those religious spaces, conscientize people. Yeah, because it's only one column, and then if we talk about whites, they don't pay attention to your politics. Yeah, they are just there as to but outside. So all revolutionaries must not be obsessed with this mayor thing and no, of course not. We can't. Not all of us must be there. If songs funoya paya kubano zoshega outside parliament azamu understand this abantu ba indon less samuyenza. We need to build businesses. Businesses like let me tell you Makanya. I think I'm tempted to ngena kuyo. Now I mean Makanya ba une burani tavern and then no supply nenyama. Makanya with his ideological comprehension was a conba no I'm not taking inyama kwekoda kukumdo thengisa igusha pha. Yabo, his ideology drives him because 100% of his customers are black. 100, I mean wonke umuntu orun business ekhayelitsha 100% of the customers are black. Ekhayelitsha. Yabo ngandela kuba use town ufumana 50% okanye yabo but white azingeni zonke most because ayibona by restaurant yakhe. So we point enzamuyenza ba lanto esenziwa nguThomas Sankara yokuphumala ngaphandle atyala imithi nabantu atyala ulanto. I mean ukwenza i-railway line ngezandla you are teaching emerging engineers. Zi-engineers zangomso eziya yabo zi-agriculturists zangomso ezityala ilanto kula process yelanto kaye desert ntontoni kwakho i-desert mos so i-forestation kwakho yabo ubafundisa ngaphandle yabo that was the message ba anginyanzelanga sibe kwi-cabinet yonke sibe siyoxwaxwana pha. Something outside has to happen. And then I think that is the danger with politics in South Africa and everyone involved with politics. And then it seems like problems that the political column alone will not entirely solve our problems.
I think that's true.
Oh, sure.